Let's start with our top story on Karnataka's power tussle. DK Shivakumar is really more anxious than ever. Top leader DK Shivakumar at this point is looking anxious than ever before. DK Shivakumar at this point has been holding back-to-back meetings. Let me tell you, we've never seen DK Shivakumar so anxious. He's meeting MLAs, he's rallying support, particularly from the Vokkaliga community at this point. He's met with the influential Vokkaliga seer, which is clearly a show of strength for DK Shivakumar here. Speaking to the media, DK Shivakumar said that the moment the High Command calls him, he is going to fly to Delhi. That will be his priority. He calls Delhi the Congress's temple and says that Delhi will guide me, which clearly shows that there is something brewing, but he isn't, of course, revealing much to the media. He only says, it's all fine, we're not fighting, there's no power struggle, but I hope Delhi and the High Command intervenes and sorts this out. So here is DK Shivakumar, who clearly says, as much as he's meeting the community leaders like the Vokkaliga seer and other community leaders, and Vokkaliga community across parties we hear is backing DK Shivakumar. He says, I'm not part of any community per se, I work for all sections of Karnataka, but I want to meet the High Command. Here's what he said.
I'll go to Delhi because Delhi is our temple. Delhi is our temple. We have to go there. All of us are without Delhi, nothing can go. Congress party is a party with a big history, and always Delhi will guide us. We may rule here. Ultimately, we have a policy contained to the whatever the policies of the Congress party and the constitution. We have to work by that. So we'll go to Delhi whenever they call me and the party leaders, including my chief minister, we'll go there.
So the Vokkaliga leaders seem to be upset.
I don't want any of community angle. I have my own angle. My community is Congress community. Congress is my community. They, of course, I may belong to one community. They may like me. That is different. My love is there to all sections of the society. It may be a backward class, it may be a scheduled caste, it may be a minorities, everyone. Even Vokkaligas are backward class people. So
you went to.
All right. The media, of course, hovering over DK Shivakumar at this point. Everyone wants to know whether or not he's going to be the next CM of Karnataka. At least he is really wanting to so bad. And a lot of leaders in Karnataka who are wanting him to become the CM because then they get their due. Many of them are waiting to become cabinet ministers. If Siddaramaiah remains, Siddaramaiah's loyalists remain in the cabinet. If DK comes to power, then hopefully DK's men will take over as the next set of ministers in Karnataka. But well, that's all now up to the High Command to decide. The crisis is really pushed the Congress leadership to the edge. It's a true test for the Congress High Command at this point. Now remember, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's AHINDA base is also standing like a wall in favor of him. They warned any move to replace Siddaramaiah before he completes his full term, will really trigger an agitation, and inside the legislature, he also has support from nearly 100 MLAs is what we hear. Solid support of the MLAs who are backing Siddaramaiah. So Siddaramaiah is no small fish here. He's a man who's completed multiple terms as a chief minister. And this time too, he seems to be holding his ground, not saying much, but his people backing him fully. For the High Command, removing a backward class leader, a chief minister like Siddaramaiah at this point is very risky, sends out a wrong political message as well. But DK Shivakumar insists that he was, though he's not said it explicitly, in many words, he's conveyed that he was promised a CM's chair after 2.5 years. And very well so, DK Shivakumar is known to be a strategist, a man who really brought the Congress to power in Karnataka, fought all odds and strategized in such a way that the Congress had a thumping victory in years that they saw in Karnataka state this time. The Congress is stuck in a brutally tight corner at this point. The High Command, of course, very confused as to what to do. And now another layer adding to this chaos. A cabinet reshuffle is pending for months. Many leaders see this transition at this point a moment as their chance. Congress workers in Ron, Gadag have all taken to the streets demanding a ministerial berth for their senior leader, MLA GS Patil. They've formed human chains, they're blocking roads, they're warning the High Command of intensified protests if at all he's not inducted as a cabinet minister soon. Leaders are also meeting DK Shivakumar directly. They've gone and met him personally saying, we also want to be cabinet ministers. If you are CM, we also become ministers. Well, Karnataka is one of the few stable Congress-ruled states. And now even that stability appears to be shaky. Sonia Gandhi is back from her overseas tour. She's arrived and it appears that she's now taken cognizance. There's likely going to be a decisive huddle that will be scheduled in Delhi, expected in the next 48 hours. It could happen tomorrow, it could happen day after, it could happen the 1st of December. But in the next 3 days, it's going to be very important to see what the verdict would really be. This will really define the future of Karnataka government. The BJP, of course, on its part is weaponizing this chaos as expected. They're moving a no confidence motion in Belagavi is what they claim. Remember, the BJP does not have the numbers, but this is a way to embarrass the Congress government at this point, saying that we will force Congress to prove their numbers on the assembly floor. Listen in.
ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಮೈಸೂರಿಗೆ ಸೀಮಿತ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಾನ್ಯ ಉಪಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಡೆಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಸೀಮಿತ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಆಡಳಿತವನ್ನು ಇಡೀ ಮಂತ್ರಿಮಂಡಲ ಇವತ್ತು ಕುಸ್ತು ಬಿದ್ದಿರೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತು ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಅಶೋಕ್ ಅವರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಯಕರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾನು ಮಾತುಕತೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಬೆಳಗಾವಿ ಅಧಿವೇಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಗೊತ್ತುವಳಿಯನ್ನು ಮಂಡನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನಾವು. ಈ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸವನ್ನು ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ. ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಉಪಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಉಪಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮಂತ್ರಿಮಂಡಲದ ಸದಸ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ವತಃ ಶಾಸಕರುಗಳಿಗೆ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ನು ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಆಡಳಿತವನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಮರೆತಿರುವಂತ.
Well, whatever said, DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah are trying hard to ensure that they are cordial with each other. They were on the same stage as well today, smiling together, posing to the cameras and holding that event together as one unit. Remember, DK is Deputy Chief Minister, Siddaramaiah is Chief Minister. They are walking hand in hand. To the face of it, they are together, united, there's no issue. But one knows, behind all the optics, the damage at this point is quite visible. The leadership war, protests on the ground and a party that's still bruised after the Bihar drubbing. Congress has never needed unity more than ever. Let's quickly bring in our guest joining us, Dr. Lakshmi Ashwin Gowda, spokesperson of the BJP in Karnataka. Joining us, we also have Ramesh Sethuraman, senior journalist, and Karan Gowda, political analyst. Thanks very much, all of you, for joining us here today. If we could have them on screens, please. All right. Let me start with Ramesh Sethuraman. Would you want to jump in on the crisis in Karnataka? What do you think is going to happen? Next 48 hours is extremely crucial.
Absolutely. I think, in fact, we have discussed this enough before election and during the time of election, enough here in this channel. So what I see is during the time of election, subsequently they were kind of looking at the parliament election and other things, because of which, they were saying that, if something comes up positively post-election, then Siddaramaiah probably will be elevated to Delhi, and then, DK Shivakumar can come on board as a chief minister. Till then, he can be the deputy chief minister, various other things they were mentioning about. But we know what the results were. So when BJP has come to the power on the third term, obviously, both Siddaramaiah as well as DK Shivakumar, both were here to stay. What do you call, two knives in one single cover, right? So that's the way it is. And this was pretty much expected, because 2.5 years almost nearing, and then it's time. DK Shivakumar is claiming his.
We know he is. We know he is. What's your sense? Will he get it?
There is a very high possibility, I would say, for a simple reason. May not be now, but they may drag it by 6 months, is what I'm thinking. Because at this time, if they do it, because it will leave a bitterness within the party. So what they may say is that, hey, look, let's not do it now. Let things cool down, probably for 3 months or 6 months or whatever it is. Maybe on various grounds, we can ask Siddaramaiah ji to step down, and then you can be elevated. So that's one way of putting it. Otherwise, if he is going to say that no, all knives out, and either it's now or never, then I think they still would probably consider Shivakumar's request, for a simple reason that he has done enough work. Not only enough work, but you also have to see the amount of money that has been poured in as far as the elections are concerned. So there is a very high probability that he will have an upper voice, because otherwise he will think that he's betrayed.
What did you
And then,
what did you mean
that
by
is the
saying
reason why
amount
BJP is
of
also
money
seeing
poured in? Is
this
that what you said?
opportunity to bring in no confidence
Did you
motion.
say amount of money poured in?
Yeah, of course. For election, I know. I mean, we have discussed it enough. Come on. There is, we can't
So
talk
who's
behind
poured
the
in
scenes,
money?
right?
Who's poured in?
Everybody knows.
So who's poured
Incoming
in
election
money?
commission, only thing is they may not acknowledge it,
Who's
right?
poured in
So
money?
we have seen it.
Who's poured in money?
DK Shivakumar's side. So,
So
whatever
DK
the
Shivakumar is
financial.
known to be one of the richest MLAs in the country, or
Of
richest
course.
politicians in the country. And
Yeah,
you're saying that there's talk that he's put a lot of money into the Congress party, and which also was one of the reasons that led to their victory.
Yeah, absolutely. Because see, as far as the political things are concerned, especially election, you can't win election
No,
without
I
money.
no doubt.
See,
Yeah.
gone are the days when the independent candidates with honesty tag, who are coming from the bottommost segment. All those days are gone. Today we are talking about who is the richest MLA, who is the richest MP, and how many ministers are holding how many industries, and who is having overseas property. So that's the direction in which we are moving, unfortunately.
No, but
So
is
in this
DK
case, this
Shivakumar
is an
looking
undeniable
anxious? Is
fact.
DK Shivakumar looking anxious? Let's play a couple of his visuals. He's speaking to the media, though he's not revealing much, but he's still giving time to the media. So that's interesting. DK anyway has been quite media friendly. I wouldn't say no, but if you don't want to speak much, and if you want to keep it to yourself, you would not give a minute or even stop for the media for a moment as well. But he is stopping to for the media. He's giving his bites, he's talking clearly, he's saying no, but he's speaking. He wants to convey the message, and he hopes that this message goes to the high command. He wants the entire state to be talking about him right now, and exactly what we are also doing.
Exactly. Not only that, I think he's handling it in a very, very matured manner.
Is
honestly
he?
speaking. Yeah, he is. Because I'm telling you, he's not openly telling anything negatively, but he's indirectly hinting it to the leadership. He's also making it as big speculative topic on the media, everything. See, he has dropped the limelight. So he says he will also use this as an opportunity to tell the high command that, hey, look, I'm here. I'm a very important person. Look,
So
all
what happens
eyes
now?
are
My
towards
only
me.
question to you is, Ramesh, what happens if DK pulls the plug? Do you think BJP will, first let me actually ask the BJP spokesperson on the panel, Dr. Lakshmi Ashwin, if DK Shivakumar wants to join the BJP, will you welcome him?
I don't know, it is the political high command to decide about that. But by looking at the people of Karnataka's fate, that they are unfortunate that they voted Congress party to power and they are at the receiving end because of the maladministration, because of the constant power struggle, constant infighting between the two tall leaders of the Congress party ever since they came to power. They will always be in at the loggerheads. They could not arrive at a consensus. In that, they've pushed aside all the pressing issues of the state, like farmers' distress. All the cabinet ministers wasting all their ministerial life, they're camping in Delhi. It is so unfortunate. People of Karnataka are watching their melodrama on the day-to-day basis. It is so unfortunate. We BJP party are planning to to pass the no confidence motion against the government, Siddaramaiah-led Congress government in the
But you
upcoming
have
winter.
hardly 64 MLAs. Congress has 125.
No, madam, we are with JDS party. We are aligned parties now. We have a alliance now.
So what is
today.
your number in total?
76.
Okay, so but that's still a long shot.
No, but it's the people of Karnataka. I've watched them enough, witnessed them enough. They have not shown any political will for the development, for the welfare of the state. They have been constantly infighting and mudslinging rather than the developmental politics. They could not come above, rise above their party politics to do the power, party politics and power politics. They've pushed aside the welfareistic politics and they've forgotten the people's welfare, farmers' distress, women's issues, children's issues, health, education, everything has taken the sideline.
All right, Karan Gowda, let me bring the political analyst on the board as well. Karan, why do we never see a BJP ruled state in such dire straits? This is somehow a Congress problem. And it seems to be a Congress problem because the High Command is so confused on how to cater to its senior leaders and make keep each one happy. They're just basically toggling between multiple boats because they don't want to upset anyone. The reason being that because they're at this point holding the wrong end of the stick, right? They have only Karnataka and one or two other states, and it's very difficult for them to displease any senior leader. So it's very difficult to keep everyone happy, and Congress is trying but failing. You know, in a BJP ruled state, dare something like this happens? Karan, we can't hear you. Unmute, please.
Yeah, if you see the BR result, ma'am, the BR result has been very traumatizing for the Congress side because they've hardly won 7 to 8 seats. And now they are they are trying to balance whom they should transfer the power, because Siddaramaiah ji is also one of the tall OBC leaders, and DK Shivakumar sir is again another OBC leader as well, but he is also good at arranging the resources, as sir rightly said. So now it is up to Congress, because they are leading in only 3 states: Himachal, Telangana, and Karnataka. Now they have to balance it in such a way that even for the next term elections, but DK sir has to participate because he's good at organizing elections, and he has given the right result up to 136 seats. So now High Command is very, very skeptical to answer DKG, because if they bat towards Siddaramaiah ji, they can't lose DK. DK, if they bat towards DK, they can't lose Siddaramaiah ji. So it is very tough for them to take a decision on whom behalf they should take a stand.
You know, Ramesh Seturaman, give us a little sense on what's happening within the cabinet. Cabinet itself. There are a lot of them who do not want to give up power and therefore are supporting Siddaramaiah, because if Siddaramaiah goes, then they might lose ministry. So
Exactly.
that's also a issue right now. It's not just about the CM change; it's about a cabinet reshuffle and who gets what.
Exactly. Of course, because when somebody is occupying a seat of say CM-ship, then obviously they are going to keep those whom they are comfortable working with. So from that perspective, Siddaramaiah has brought in a lot of his persons into the picture. But when DK Shivakumar, if all he's being elevated, then obviously he will prefer to have somebody whom he will be comfortable working with. And also, rest of the folks who are there, senior folks who are not given any position so far, they will say that, hey, we have also spent a lot of money and we have faced the election. And we have also worked for the party, we have contributed. So it's time for us to also enjoy the fruit of the victory. So it's time, we have been rewarded at least by giving half a term for as far as power, the positions are concerned. That is one. And you were asking one more interesting question about the BJP, right? Why this is not happening in the other BJP ruled states? Say BJP ruled state, one thing you need to understand, it is now under the complete control of Modi and Amit Shah. Gone are the days when there is no so-called democracy. So even BJP has become like a tyrant party, no longer a democratic party. In fact, you have to understand, it has gone to such a level that now even the national president to state president, they are being selected, not elected. So it is behaving like Congress Party 2.0. So that's the way I would put it. And it's a UPA 5.0 term. That's the way we should see it. And finally, I also would like to say that, how they have simply kept on changing the chief minister, whether it is Gujarat or any other, important northern states, we have seen it, how it has been happening, right? Just like that, if they whims and fancies, they were changing the leaders, that we have seen in the past. And unfortunately, they couldn't do it, with one single image called Modi. They didn't face the assembly elections in Karnataka or any of the southern states, and they tried doing that, and that's why they miserably failed also. And they lost power in Karnataka, and it's still a daydream in states like Tamil Nadu. That's something we have to understand. So they are one side, getting rid of the local leadership, and then trying to only project one person as more than which kind of an image and stuff. that's not going to work. I mean, basically, when we are talking about North versus South, it's completely a different game, I would say.
Okay, I mean, well, completely a different game, but at the same time, politics is something that the Congress knows very well. It's surprising that they're not able to quell this at the earliest. But you know what's even more absurd is that it's not like as if the High Command didn't know that this was coming. They knew that this 2.5 years time is November 12th or whatever the date was, mid-November. Why did they let this fester? You know, they knew that it'll come to this end. So you should anticipate it. You should anticipate.
That DK Shivakumar would have continued as it is.
Is that how much they know? Is that how much they know DK? We know DK better than the High Command.
Yeah, exactly.
DK is extremely ambitious.
They underestimated him is what I said, or they probably thought that let it erupt and then at that time let's see.
Which is such a shame, right? If this is Congress's strategy, then unfortunately they've not come on the panel, so I'm not even able to speak more than what I can because they've decided to not speak on any debate at this point. So okay, at least one wise decision.
Try to play low key in this.
But can I show visuals of DK and Siddaramaiah together? This was an event that happened today, and DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah was together on the same stage. They were smiling for the shutterbugs. Could we have those visuals playing on our screens, please? Would you want to explain to us that way to the face of it, they're looking united?
See, as simple as that, whatever I have told you earlier, right? So they are handling it in a very matured manner. So we should really appreciate it. But as I said, see, because there were behind the scene, there was a compromise when we are talking about, right after the election got over and the results were announced. So DK Shivakumar clearly agreed to the terms where, Siddaramaiah clearly got elevated for one more time as Chief Minister of Karnataka. So by this time, so he wouldn't wait. DK Shivakumar, probably people may say that, hey, why not you be the face for next term and all. I mean, 2 years, 2.5 years is a long term as far as politics is concerned. So I'm sure at this moment he's not, as I said, drawing his knives in the open. So I'm sure he's not going to do that. He's trying to keep this whatever the rift that possibly is there, out of limelight.
What if?
But if a favorable result hasn't come through, not sure today, not sure tomorrow. So if then definitely at some point DK Shivakumar may react as well as what.
Like how? I want to know what are the options. What are the options DK Shivakumar has? Because the BJP and JDS, one second, BJP and JDS do not have the numbers. They might want to move a no confidence motion, but at this point it's too vast a gap. So it's difficult for them to form the government unless they take nearly 30-40 MLAs from the Congress. And DK also does not have that. That kind of money is not there. You can take 5-6 MLAs. Operation Kamala can probably be successful with 5-6 MLAs if at all they launch it. But 30-40 MLAs is a lot.
Yeah, it's not good for anybody. I'm sure nobody would do that. I'm sure
so what option does DK have? He'll have to keep quiet. If the Congress refuses DK Shivakumar the CM post, what option does he have?
No. See, BJP is trying to let the cat among the pigeons at this juncture, just to create a quake here. So that's the way I see it. I don't really think that that's. Really, whether it's really going to happen or not.
You're not answering my question. You're being very safe here. Karan, would you want to come in on that? What option does DK Shivakumar have if he is not given the post? And do you believe he'll be given the post?
See, if you take Maharashtra's example, Shiv Sena, in that almost 40 MLAs had come and formed the government. Even in this case, if DK Shivakumar shows his interest towards BJP, of course, DK Shivakumar is known for arranging resources, and even BJP will arrange resources. Taking up 40 to 45 MLAs will not be a very big deal. Not very hard because BJP has shown an example in Maharashtra. From Uddhav Thackeray's party, Shiv Sena, he's taken 40 MLAs and they made an alliance government in just 2-3 years back. So now there's already an option with BJP. That is why they're saying they'll pass a no confidence motion so that the DK sees an option that BJP is also alive because 66 plus 18 will come as 84. There is an option with DK. 40 MLAs, if they jump towards BJP, they can easily form in government. So that is one available option with DK, sir.
See, one thing you have to understand here is that, see, DK Shivakumar's credibility will become extremely questionable because DK Shivakumar is seen as a tall leader here as far as Congress is concerned. Otherwise, he will be seen as a Shinde. No, I am sure DK Shivakumar wouldn't want that. So, we have to understand that he will never, ever do that. Because if this is happening, it is creating a rift, and I know how it is going to go forward is a different thing. But if you are thinking that he will align with BJP, I'm telling you, it will spoil the reputation of BJP, it will spoil the reputation of Congress, it will spoil the reputation of DK Shivakumar. So this is not going to go in favor of anyone.
Okay,
there's
but
the
you know
question
what?
of
I
becoming
think
chief minister.
at this point, a reputation can take a
Yes.
walk. That's what
Yes,
I'm
yes, yes.
saying. I'm
No,
sorry.
That is where I was coming.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I
I'm
understand
being
it, what you
brutally
are saying,
honest.
but remember
When it
that,
comes to holding on to power, reputation usually takes a walk.
If a person is getting an option to become a chief minister
He will
through another
he will
way,
break hell loose to do
why would
anything.
anybody deny that
Can
option?
I please interrupt all of you? I have a piece of breaking for those who are interested to know what is the update on this. We hear the Congress High Command seem to have given some signal. AICC General Secretary KC Venugopal is learned to have spoken to both Chief Minister and the Deputy Chief Minister, asking them to resolve their differences through a joint discussion. Now, meanwhile, Siddaramaiah has come out to issue a statement. I'm going to read out Siddaramaiah's statement. We're paraphrasing that on our screens as well. If you can have a look here, this is what Siddaramaiah has said. The High Command had called DK Shivakumar as well and me. They had called both of us and they said both of you should meet each other. So I have invited DK Shivakumar for breakfast tomorrow. All right, that's a big move. Siddaramaiah has invited DK Shivakumar for breakfast tomorrow. When he comes here, both of us will discuss. There is no change in my stand. Well, that means Siddaramaiah, of course, has said that he would like to complete his full term, in a way hinting that there is no change in my stand. I assume that that's what he means. He wants to continue as CM for the rest of the term. Siddaramaiah says in his statement, I have said that I will listen to whatever the High Command says. I am saying the same now as well, and I'll say the same thing tomorrow as well for breakfast. He too has he said that many times that he will listen to whatever the High Command says, basically saying DK Shivakumar has also said he will listen to what High Command says. I too have said many times that I will listen to what High Command says. So we will discuss this there. If they call me to Delhi, I will go. All right. So this is such a clear-cut response from Siddaramaiah, a statement that's coming from Siddaramaiah. He says, I am inviting DK Shivakumar for breakfast tomorrow as per the High Command's request. They want both of us to meet. We will meet, but my stand is clear. I will listen to High Command.
Yeah. So I think
DK's also stand is clear. I will listen to High Command. Then what is the use of them meeting? KC Venugopal is saying, you both meet and discuss. I'm sorry, this is a very awful way of settling things.
Yeah. So very, very interestingly, if you look at it, right, Siddaramaiah is coming out first and then telling this because he's trying to take advantage of this situation. He's doing two things, right? Hey, I'm giving the invite. I'm listening to the High Command. You come, but anyway, you can't change my mind. So indirectly hinting that DK Shivakumar has to come. If DK Shivakumar goes, then the signals and the speculations will completely be different. That's a very high possibility that he may not go in that case, for a simple reason that he will take a firm stand, saying that if he has got nothing to change his mind, then no point in discussing this at all, right? And here in this case, DK Shivakumar's position being undermined. So that's the way he would see it. That's the way he would perceive it.
So you're saying he won't go for breakfast? You're saying he won't go for breakfast?
My guess, it won't happen.
Oh man. Okay, Dr. Lakshmi, I'll end with you here. This is the statement from Siddaramaiah. He wants to reconcile, basically, not reconcile, basically trying to show that I'm the bigger man. I will call him for breakfast. DK may or may not go. As suspected, he, like our senior journalist says, he won't go. What's your take on this? What's the BJP's next move?
As I've already told you, it's the unfortunate people of Karnataka are unfortunate that they have to watch the melodrama of these tall leaders every day. Because they are, most of the times they do this melodrama just to divert the issues off from the developmental issues they fail to deliver, administrative paralysis, they fail law and order. I'm sorry to say that people of Karnataka are so unfortunate, and BJP party as opposition party are looking at there, and we have identified that there is a vertical split in the party. It is not Congress versus BJP, it is Congress versus Congress party. They are infighting and they will collapse in a due course of time. We are waiting for that to happen.
All right, thank you very much. That's all I have time for, but we've given you what Siddaramaiah has just said. Yeah, Karan?
Yes, so in 2019, when BJP came, B.S. Yediyurappa ji transferred the power from his side to Basuraj Bommai ji. On the same lines, even Siddaramaiah being one of the tallest leader of Congress, he should also have some. He knows how
That's political.
what kind of resource he has arranged. DK sir. Now it is time. It is his time to show his massive leadership by transferring his power. Is what people generally talk. He has to transfer the power from his end to DKG.
One, just a quick one, a quick one.
You are underestimating Siddaramaiah ji.
One second, just a quick one. Siddaramaiah himself is not, he's saying I can complete a 5-year term, but he is not really,
Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
imposing.
But he
No,
will
one
need to
second, one second.
understand.
Let me complete my question. Siddaramaiah is not imposing. As much as DK seems to be, at this point really pushing hard, Siddaramaiah says, okay, whatever High Command says, I'm willing to do it. He's not really, outrightly saying I want to continue, right? But,
what has happened is,
there are nearly 100 MLAs we hear who are backing Siddaramaiah, and this is exactly why the Congress High Command is confused. It's not because Siddaramaiah is saying I want to be. It's because people who are supporting Siddaramaiah are saying to the High Command that we want to see Siddaramaiah continue. There are a lot of DK Shivakumar haters. I'm sure you agree.
yes, I agree with it. But even DKG has come up with a number that I have also having 100 numbers of support. The loyalists like George, Bhairati Suresh, and other members, Mahadevappa, they are all backing Siddaramaiah ji. Even though Siddaramaiah ji is willing to transfer the power, as you said, there is another side of haters for
Yeah.
DKG who's not letting Siddaramaiah ji to transfer his power from his
Correct.
end to
That's
DKG.
what I'm saying. There are
But to see from Siddaramaiah's point of view, Siddaramaiah ji's point of view, to save his leadership to whatever he has earned till now, it would be very good on his side to transfer the power from being a chief minister to DK, leaving it in the safe hands, so that Congress will continue for the next coming terms. What
I
we can see.
somehow agree with you. Yes, absolutely. Karan, thank you very much, and Lakshmi as well as Ramesh for joining us on this.
Yes,
Let's see what happens. Will Siddaramaiah really be graceful enough to transfer power? We'll wait and watch.